Hello everybody, my name is Devin Brown and welcome to the show. Alright, I know you don't know anything about me, so I'm going to introduce myself real quick. As I said, my name is Devin Brown. I write, host, and created this show. I have a co-host, his name is Michael Crone. He can't be here right now, he's sick, so I let him slide on this one, but maybe next time he'll be here. As you can see, I'm holding a clipboard. I don't have any of this memorized. This is not a professional thing. The set is my bedroom. This is my couch. That is my wall. And I'm using a little flip video HD camera. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. But that's all we're using. None of this stuff is professional. Please don't ever compare it to a professional thing. Obviously our quality is not as good as theirs. I do, however, believe that this is YouTube's first talk show, so that's kind of cool, knowing that I created this and it might just be the first. I don't know for a fact, but hopefully it is. Alright, before we get too far into the show, I just want to tell you, we have two segments, and for this episode, we have our In the News segment, which is where I make up fake news / I use real news, and we just combine those and make a 3-part news segment. And then we also have an interview, which is actually the only real thing in this entire show. We go around and we interview people, either people we know, people we run into on the street that we find interesting, anybody like that. So maybe someday you can see yourself on here, that'd be awesome. We also have commercials. Now, our commercials don't count as a segment, but they are between each of our segments. So we have fake commercials. We make them up. I mean, they're not real. We're not actually selling anything real. We make a product and we rant about it. So if you've ever seen anything like Ryan Higa or Fred, that's pretty much what we would like to compare it to, but we're not nearly as good as those guys. Those guys are amazing. I know, he's a suck-up, it's fake. Alright, that's all about me. So, I hope you guys really like this. I enjoy hosting it, I enjoy writing it. I am having a great time with it so far. So, without further ado, let's get on with the show. Our first commercial is going to be right now. Tired of your same old pod? You want something with a little more awesomeness? Try our Z-Pod. Now, I know you're wondering, why is this thing so much better? Well, let me tell you. Not only does this do the exact same thing your old pod does, but this one has a Z. Your old pod doesn't have that. And for today's low price of $249.99, you can have that extra useless Z. Get the Z-Pod today. Hey guys, alright, what we're going to do right now is our In the News segment. That will be first. First, our first story is going to be Charlie Sheen. The guy's everywhere right now. He's had a lot of problems, obviously with drugs and alcohol. I am different than a lot of people. I actually feel sorry for the guy. I know he got himself into it, but the fact is, when you get paid $2 million per episode, you can get into a lot of trouble. And the fact that he's, in all honesty, not dead right now is really great. He can try to recover, make himself better. But Charlie Sheen. Our second topic. In about 10 years, studies show that cows will be voting. I don't honestly know about that. I mean, I just don't find it right. Every time I talk to a cow, all they say is moo, 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 moo. I find them pretty unintelligent. I don't like them. Animals. Alright, our final segment, segment 3. There is another Pokemon game. 2 of them. All I have to say. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this segment in the news. Thank you very much, and here is our second commercial. Please enjoy. You had the Pod. Then we brought you the Z Pod. And now I'm here to bring you the latest in small device technology, the Z Pad. Now, not only does this thing do the exact same thing your Z Pod does, but this one is huge. I mean, really, you cannot walk around with this thing in your pocket. You have to walk around in public carrying this, looking so stupendous, and it's only $600. And today I'm going to cut that price in half for you. So for the low price of $599.99, you can have this. Get yours today. York Little Theater's in its 78th season this year. We've had a lot of great plays. One of them was Sherlock Holmes and the Baker Street Irregulars. That was actually directed by me. We've also had the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which was actually a really good show. And then we had Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which, again, a very good show. Obviously, it's one of the most popular shows out there right now. At the end of the season, we're having Rent, correct? Alright, cool. This is Ian Ryan. He's a big theater person. You don't have to show off, dude. He's a really big theater person. He's always here. Every time I come here, you can expect to see him here. He works behind the scenes. This is one of the guys that whenever you see a show and you wonder how the stage changes or anything like that, that's what he does. He stage managed the last show. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Stage managing is not fun. For me, personally, obviously people take a career in doing that and live on it and go through show after show. So obviously it's for some people, but it was not for me. It's actually funny, not until the second weekend, the third to last show, was I told by a veteran of theater doing this 40, 50 years, did he tell me that there was a choice of having two different stage jobs, and I was led up to the example that there was only one. I had no interest in stage managing. I didn't like the job. To just sit there and read from a book, it was not fun for me. Because the reason I'm in theater is because I like doing stage crew. I for some reason can honestly take a passion in picking something up and putting it back down. How a passion can come out of that is beyond me. But yeah, it wasn't until I was told there's a stage manager and a production stage manager, and I actually could have had a little more fun out of it, took a little more questions and chances out of the experience, but all in all, it was definitely an experience nonetheless. Would I stage manage again? I don't know. When the first show I did here, I said straight out to the stage manager that I was working with that I would never do that job. Less than a year and a half later, of course, I was doing that. I was put into that job, so.
For those of you who don't know, which is pretty much everybody that's not from York, York is actually a pretty big city, and York Little Theater just so happens to be one of the historic landmarks in York, which is pretty cool. We also have a historic place downtown, which is, I mean, it's not for me, but like he said, to each his own. Alright, I prepared a couple of questions for Ian. I'm going to get him to answer those now. First question, how long have you been at York Little Theater?
About a year and 4 months. My first show was in November of 2009, and that was Beauty and the Beast.
That was a great show.
That was a great show.
Alright, second question. You were in the paper recently for a tattoo that you got. Can you show us that tattoo? That is the symbol for York Little Theater. It represents drama and comedy. I can never get those two words out. What does that tattoo mean to you? Why did you go about getting that tattoo?
You know, it came up in conversation with a cousin of mine that recently got a tattoo. And, you know, just knowing somebody that got a tattoo makes you think, do I want a tattoo? If what do I want to get? When do I want to get it? all these questions came to concern, and I knew to myself that I was not going to get a tattoo unless it actually had a meaning behind it, you know, a story, a memory, something further into it than just to look cool. You know, you see guys with tattoos of dragons and fire and skulls, and it just doesn't really mean anything, really. I mean, you look at it and you think, dragon, fire, cool. It's just, it's there for the rest of your life. You want it to mean something more. So to me, the theater brought such an experience through me that I knew it was a right thing to do to get something that impacted my life so dramatically, so quickly, and brought me out of one of the darkest times of my life, where doors were closing, pages were burning, and I felt completely just drained of everything. And then I brought it into this place where the spirit is always going. There's always something going on, always people to meet, new faces to see. It just brought such a different story that I knew I had to make this something that I could reflect on years from now and remember where I was, where I came into, and what it did for me to bring me to where I am now and made me as to who I am now. So it was definitely a choice I could not have taken a second thought on.
Alright, sorry about that, everybody. We had to take a 2-hour break. My camera died. So, we're back. Ian's still here, and I have to do question 3. My clipboard's at home, but whatever. Question 3, where do you think you'll be in 10 years?
In 10 years, I see myself pursuing theater, particularly just backstage stuff, you know, keep on doing what I'm doing as stage crew chief, and also pursuing psychology because I absolutely love helping people.
Alright, that's all for our interview with Ian. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thanks, man. That's all for here, and we'll be right back with the ending of the show right after this commercial. Aw, pork again. You want something better than this? Z-Pork! It tastes better! With our top secret technology, we engineered our pork to be better! No more pork barbecue, Z-Pork barbecue! Warning, this contains ink from marker. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you really enjoyed this show. This is just going to be my ending little bit. The show has been shot, and I'm so glad that we got our first episode up. We will have an episode every week. They will be up on Friday by 8 o'clock Eastern Time, so 5 o'clock Pacific, if anybody on the Pacific Coast is watching, which would be amazing knowing that this went national. Probably not. I'm not expecting it to. I'm just doing this to have a lot of fun. I mean, I'm obviously having fun right now, or I won't be here. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed this show, please subscribe. You can push the subscribe button right up top, right above me. That would be amazing to get more subscribers. I have like 5 or something right now. But you know what? I really love every single one of you that have subscribed. I really appreciate that. If it wasn't for you guys, I would still do the show, but I don't know if it'd be as fun, because I wouldn't know that as many people love it as I hope. Thank you again very much. I can never say that enough. Thank you. Such a great word. My phone just went off, so you'll probably hear that, but whatever. I'm not going to cut that out. You know what? It's life. Like I said, this is my room. Alright, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back next week, Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you very much for watching the show. Get some.